This is our last video about the Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft Minis from WizKids, and today we are talking about the promo figures. I think books like Ravenloft can be a little bit frustrating for some folks, myself included. They include lots of great setting ideas, characters, locations, everything you need to run an adventure, but that's where they stop. There's no actual adventure except the short one, The House of Lament. So I just wanted to take a moment and point you over to DM's Guild if you're looking for some stories to tell in the Domains of Dread. First, the Adventurers League has a whole series of adventures that are ready to play called Ravenloft Mist Hunters. It's basically an episodic campaign that'll take your characters from 1st to 8th level, and it includes a story-driven guided character creation system to help your players create characters native to one of the Domains of Dread. And while the adventures are largely standalone, they do build on each other narratively, and your choices in one will affect your future adventures. There are 14 adventures in total, with each one taking about 2 to 4 hours each. This is the first one, the Grand Masquerade. There's also a helpful Ravenloft safety kit article that we'll link you to down below. When it comes to horror adventures, it is doubly important to make sure that everyone at the table is on the same page. And there are plenty of other Ravenloft adventures on DM's Guild if you're looking to get the most out of your minis and your book. Speaking of minis, let's take a look at the special promo figures that we have available this time around, and many thanks to WizKids for sending them to us to review. Before we jump in though, let's move as far away from horror as we can at the moment and talk more about my favorite third-party 5e campaign setting, Humblewood, by our sponsor Hit Point Press. The first Humblewood book was a treasure trove of lore, beautiful art, and a great little adventure that took your party up to 5th level. Now Hit Point Press is back with Humblewood Tales, a companion book to the original with expanded lore around the mystical city of Alderheart, featuring 5 new adventures that will take your players from 3rd to 8th level. You'll encounter pirate mercenaries, face off against a slime king, take on the Amaranthine Kren in a nightmarish dreamscape, and more. This book is over 200 pages long and features content that you can use in all your 5e games, including a full bestiary, new magic items, and more. Humblewood Tales is available as a book, box set, and a Kickstarter exclusive collector's edition. Check it out using the link in the corner of your screen or in the doohickey down below the video. Let's start with our 2 dndmini.com promos, beginning with the Carrionette. You may know that we are fond of the playable ancestry or race called the Poppet. They are basically toys brought to sentience by the love of a child. Well, Carrionettes have a similar origin, but they aren't content with their little toy bodies. They use their magical silver needles to swap souls with unsuspecting victims, locking their victim away in their old toy body, and then walking away in their shiny new humanoid form. Carrionettes feature prominently in the domain of O'Dare, the land of evil toys, in which the Dark Lord is a Carrionette named Maligno. The dndmini.com promo box also comes with this Jack-in-the-Box mini representing another form of Carrionette. To get the dndmini.com promo box with these 2 minis, you'll have to pick up at least one of 3 other products from the website, namely a brick of the Ravenloft minis, which is 8 booster boxes. That currently runs for $167.91, the Grave Drinker mini for $94.49, or the Collector's Edition box for $787.49. And since that set includes these 2 minis, presumably you'll end up with 2 of each. Do note that most retailers are offering the brick and the Grave Drinker at lower prices, so it is going to be a little bit of a trade-off. Next, we have the retailer promo, Strahd. Now, since this set came out a good while ago, these may be a little bit harder to track down right now. Again, sorry for the delay in getting this video out to you. The Ravenloft set hit at a particularly busy time for us, but call your local game store to see if they have any left. I also see some on eBay for 20 to 40 bucks each if you really do want to pick them up. Of course, there have been other Strahd minis, namely an older rare one from the Monster Menagerie 1 set that's still available on the aftermarket, and another recent one included in the Legends of Barovia set. Finally, these are 2 convention promos that you should be able to pick up if you visit the WizKids booth at various conventions around the world. Namely, we get the Weathermay-Foxgrove twins, Gennifer and Laurie. They are the daughters of the mayor of Mordenshire, Alice Weathermay, and they are renowned monster hunters included in the Wonders of the Mist chapter in the book, meaning that while they're closely tied to the domain of Mordant, they're also likely to show up in other domains during their investigations. Gennifer here worked closely with Van Richten to learn medicine and alchemy, alchemy. Meanwhile, Laurie took after her monster hunting uncle George Weathermay and studied martial training with his magical sword Gossamer. Now she travels the mist with the grown pups of her uncle's foxhounds and her twin sister. If the name Weathermay rings a bell to you, it may be because this family's story began with Lord Byron Weathermay, who was featured in the book Ravenloft 2, The House on Griffin Hill, which released in 1986 for first edition AD&D. Ravenloft has a long history, and Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft goes a long way in continuing and updating the lore and the characters that were first introduced decades ago. Here are all 5 promo figures together, and keep in mind that you will get all of them in the collector's edition box if you want to go that way. And it also comes with the exclusive Van Richten and Ezmerelda minis. As always, I'm going to look at promos with a critical eye. I know there are folks out there with a strong drive to collect everything in a set, and promos can just ruin your day. And that's always going to be true for promos. But it's worse if the promo minis are really important to the plot of an adventure, or if they're just really highly desirable for other reasons, arguably like the Yeti Tykes, although maybe that was just me. But promos can help drive business to local game stores, can help lure people out to conventions, helping small businesses and independent creators. I think Ravenloft here did promos well. Strahd, Ezmerelda, and Van Richten are very important characters, but there are alternative minis of them out there. And the rest, the Weathermay-Foxgrove twins, the Carrionettes, they're nice to have, but certainly not central to the story. Hopefully folks won't be too upset about these minis if they're really hard to get. So let me know what you think of them in the comment section down below. What is the most that you've spent or done to get your hands on promos, minis or otherwise? And if you have any questions about these guys, please do let me know. Don't forget to check out the Humblewood Tales on Kickstarter right now using the link in the corner of the screen or in the doohickey down below. And remember to check out DM's Guild for those Ravenloft adventures. Liking our video here helps other people find us. And our pre-order store is open now for our Kobold plushies. We've started to get early drafts of some of the accessories for the Druid, and they look so good. You can check out our store at koboldplush.com. Come chat with us on Discord and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the latest news and chat and deals. For now, though, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I'll see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.